You're right, see. Ministry of Communications. You're right. Because one word you had on my phone. But I'm saying, sir, what is good for the goose is equally good for the gander. See a good radio gold. Anyone say at a time, yet to make attack any other stations because almost what phone. What happens to dialogue? What happens to dialogue? And there's one thing SNDC for Sabi Musia, more communication about too much. More communication about too much. And say I'm taking decision. Make sure you educate the people. We keep telling you this and you keep repeating the same mistakes. One city one city yanka body bay. Petrol you turn the 16 cities there. And when you're buying papa, I buy papa na petrol number 11 Ghana cities. I don't say when you're for 5 cities. I can't ho I am kotia dum so beba. Generators be who is a copper fuel near the power. Yankoto fuel na yentimi power dum so beba nti out of 5 cities chame 1 Ghana city anka boni be no. But because money education papa nti it comes back and hands you and your naysayers and detractors feed on it against you people. It's a good will now. John Mahama, you guys keep on eroding it by the day. No mama ya juma ya di Akroma. Why? Assuming without admitting, send the enkrata and then come. Maybe you have to start giving me enkrata one after the other. In no particular order. Apart from His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Diano. NCA the no wetim the atoso. Gabi ocho da kotwe no wetim the atoso. Na kana from follow. Uba Facebook so ma share me. Because I want them to follow. Because me tete say, how many microphone nyankasesie? How many stations need inkomo? But if like stations like Google no, fanugu so first. Okay, let's get more ATN in follow. It is stations like Google no. If you have it, fanugu okay, so it's okay. It's okay. Let's start with this. Where NCA Krata and Mamen Kaimao. Mamen Kaimao. Okay. Accra, 12 June 2025. The National Communications Authority has directed non-compliant FM broadcasting stations to immediately suspend operations on their respective frequencies for various infractions. And Maminka we say, "Ejuma ya na ebe dia. Wa we ni beji we hu no. Hu say aban sesa, we a potential unemployed journalist na nambo. Because what you are saying is say MPP so ba omegu segu agungu stations. Because perception in say a pro NDC stations. And MPP ba omegu Julius Zebra SYZ group. Because the notion is say a NDC pro stations. You are telling say MPP ba omegu Star from 4 group no. Me run what they say. That very astute responsible man. Adufo, you read Dufo. That's the notion you are creating. And I'm happy to say His Excellency John Dramani Mahama at the Krat Haba Bonting. And me kind of briefly after me read this, but me steady. If you are Minister of State, you are not an island on your own. If you are head of NCA, you are not an island on your own. Yes, we have the law, but we are dying in the face of the law. Human emotions must be applicable. And I refi yakasi ya mediani ya medikwa. Ana yatuma ni atum. Yes, Asaase MPP. But enkrofo ya adwuma ho. They are going to contribute to the unemployment rate. So I'm angry. Yes, Happy FM may have certain tendencies, but enkrofo na ya adwuma ho no I care. It's the fear. I'll be worried. Yes, Wontumi, Movement TV, whatever. Women in MPP for, but you media, they are going to add up to the unemployed rock. John Dramani Mahama want to reset. In any case, what's the meaning of reset if we are to repeat the mistakes of the past? If we are resetting, we cannot start repeating the mistakes of the past. Time when MPP resetting tina, do stations rough. If we are resetting, yanchrom, nyansa, somewhere Jimmy yanchrom nyansa sabi. And yet they are politics. No, no more being quatra baby nyen say omugu radio go ni muntie etina mo so mugu yi meanwhile mo ye right o but man chirechirem mo ni nkrofo ekurahia did that man me chirechirem tiantia yante etu obi ti baby o ni onim ni say wagu no but onim say man nkrofo no kura so much time eti me ye NCA bossa nyanka me ni meba bontin whether through a press or a press release or whatever na ma kire say enkomodi de bi say yakoso ana medical crab on training na ma ka say mu amode de ka mu amonya mo license mu renew ye no mesra mo meye then the next time am behunu me as NCA boss ma bo bontin abeka say enkrofo bi say ni de ka ye no ma di nkomo for the past say 2 months 3 months omonya ho adwuma yen pese ye begu stations bi no bi abeka say personal vendetta because omgu radio go ni mu ntienti yenso ye gu no. Then the next time as NCA boss or as Ministry of Communication, you come out and say, afraid we are giving you 3 months or 6 months. A drew one say, Mamma renew and I'm on Tria. And no, they're gonna for more Bianca say, Omugu Munti and the Guno. Your mom ample time. You will not do any of these things, any of this chain of processes. You come at Guno. What will people think? A Jumana Moyana Mosano, Semonimua. Once the nukra, once the no yanigana for crackers and me, once I'm for Frabble. Mama Jumania didn't too much Akroma. I mean, can we? Where Gabi Ochidako Twitter? I say, yes, it is true. Asaase Radio, which celebrates its 5th anniversary Saturday, has been shut down. Where Gabi Ochidako? Oh no, yeah, Una. General Manager or GM informs me it's because the station delayed in renewing its license last year. It was to be renewed by October, but only done in December. You see, the point is that Gabi Ochidako because no wafa say ne when the president and then fan home. No case no wafa betra we as for we betra buy no forever. It was the Asaase Radio do so munu ana ababesi ya. It won't renew. Yes, I know. But you see, I never be on my best panic on your taban system. Why I go for the cousin? Yet, Tassina Banyasa form. Naka be watching a Kuba contesting position in my cotaban. I never be on my milk to that could no mean yet. But you see, no cray. And that is the essence of journalism. No kure me kase me pe John Dramani Mahama Sam me pe Minister of Communications Sam George Asem Oyade and NCA boss inti wo magunu na me dabi yes o me your right to paper so but enipa and a ye adwuma ho ono mo nkasa senior fa ba ko no to so ba me fa ada wa me to so ba me mo dia chese NDC no na o mutrim ana did you take your time to interview when NDC no na o mutrim NDC no na mo de o mutrim yagu radio gold yes yenye ana yaga se yenye Satam did you take your time to interview minister no na who should take his time to go and interview who me anya hu Akroma tie where free president Okwam nanka me bese kan ayi ba ko no kwam ayi de no NCA de no enti anka kan wi anaka the president de na atoso na ye free ona aha because next time abam say sir no wa target we station no agu no na we so target ni agu no man na ye ti NCA fo yi no NCA orders defaulting FM broadcasting stations to suspend operations. Accra, 12 June 2025. The National Communications Authority has directed non-compliant FM broadcasting stations to immediately suspend operations on their respective frequencies for various infractions. The enforcement action has become necessary due to persistent violations of regulatory requirement, specifically Regulations 54 and 56 of the Electronic Communications Regulations 2011 LI 1991 and the conditions of their FM broadcasting authorizations. A teacher say, this action follows a directive issued by the Minister for Communications, Digital Technology and Innovation mandating the NCA to enforce applicable sanctions on stations found to be in violation. Stations are any embrano so no. NCA say yinguno. 28 stations they are operating with expired authorizations. Your stations one more. A year to me crack tomri adwuma na expire. And we na ye kan gabi otra akodi no. E so ko renew I expire. Enti yehunu se enye se stations no mgu no NCA ni nyina so. Omo wo nyina so. Minister of Communication wo nyina so. But in everything politics and so and yeah. Enti eno so efe ninko. 14 FM stations that were issued notices of revocation for failure to set up within 2 years, blah 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 blah. Eti oba ya dia to Facebook, it goes on and on and on. I am saying say, and sana you be take a decision. Yen chire mu yi magana fonti ase finito. That's the point I make. Afefa his ever so there otu da ko na abodam awie. Ah, John Mahama there or more than Mira fa John Mahama eyine to so. John Mahama ohunu Sak krata ba bonti NCA for chiro yese 62 stations ye gunu no. John Mahama atro adesisi a otro ya osotu da ko gene kan. Fa John Mahama yine to so. Etimu amo Facebook ye nuanu ma mutin ye nyina to ma John Mahama. Nyese me betena ha ye mu look ye ni miayo. Aban na ni onyam nti ye ni miaye. Adwuma bebra John Mahama aye within this short time. Ye jani nyina ho asem ka ana we mu ne yakeka. Now listen. President Mahama requests clemency for affected radio stations. Thursday, June 12, 2025. President John Mahama in Sebno Watrono, where presidency communications. And this is signed by Felix Kwachi Fusu, spokesperson to the president, Minister Government Communications. President John Dramani Mahama has directed the Minister for Communications, Digital Technology and Innovations to liaise with the National Communications Authority, NCA, to immediately restore the broadcast of 64 radio stations affected by the regulators' action. But John Mahama said, immediately, Obika immediately, Okuapini Bakasa Monum Ha, Achema Sante, Wabaka say, there be Kuapini Bakas in Prim, and Achema Sante Bakasa Monum Ha. Kwafuansu Timika Sesia. John Mahama said, Minuka say, Minister of Communication, making sure say only NCA boss Bakasa. 64 stations now, Matumuno, mu making sure some Omasia Juma Sesia. To da kume modam. Anya bia menya obi tse John Mahama on madwen. The president believes that regulatory compliance must take into account the need to uphold and enhance media freedom. John Mahama said, "Onemu se embra ho na mom Ghana nsentwerefo so fa ahode a wode adwuma." He never said that because of freedom of journalists we should contravene the laws. He never said that. But he's saying, say, be piamuno, sebi, we should uphold media freedom. And that requiring radio stations to shut down while awaiting the regularization of the authorization could limit the space for expressing such freedoms. And yes, sir, obi your time frontier, de bia or your time for. The president has asked the minister to work with the NCA on a reasonable time frame. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Within which the affected stations should regularize the authorization. Exactly, Mr. President. So the point I'm making is, and can move out consistently Magana 40 Musun Kebesu Biabuamo. Number can say, okay, say I'm almost 6 months. After 6 months, Mama regularize them. This is the action we are going to take. I want to obi make a personal vendetta because you do radio go ni munti musumu doom Asaase radio no ma say doom movement me pato ye Ghana sa NDC ni nyina tu abani bi ma won ba Ghana nya NDC dia nya MPP dia Ghana nya the will ma political party bi Akroma kwa me Akroma kro ba Akroma wu CPP no create say Tika Odonko also I don't agree with John Mahama. You see Tika, you will not agree with John Mahama because nobody a radio go na ya